Howdy, howdy, and welcome to another wonderful trash take. So, I watched Trump's pseudo State of the Union address. Wasn't really State of the Union, it was just him addressing Congress, apparently, though. Some people are saying State of the Union online. It's technically not. I don't really care about the nitty-gritty. Also, please forgive my hair. I just got out of the shower. It was raining cats and dogs, so unfortunately I had to take a shower. I managed to last 3 months without taking a shower, so I'm very disappointed. Next time we'll aim for 4. But anyways, I saw a State of the Union address, and I was kind of liking it. I liked it. I'll be honest. I liked it. And America agrees too. It's got about a 76% approval rating from CBS. This is just for any immediate schizos that are already trying to type out a comment with plus or minus 3.4 points. This was this morning, I want to say. Or, no, this was last night. I'm sorry. It says March 3rd or March 4th up there. This was last night that this was done, immediately after the State of Union address. 76% approval, 23% disapproval. I feel like Trump really didn't talk about the economy all that much, but I mean, I also watched this kind of late, so I could just be misremembering. But there was something that stuck with me that I thought was pretty fucked up. I'm going to be quite honest. Part of my French. What really got me mad last night was a instance of a little kid. His name was DJ, I believe, and he apparently had brain cancer, and they made him an honorary cop, which I get is like cool. It's an honorary thing. His pension's going to be amazing 80 years down the line when he's been the oldest cop on the force known to mankind, besides those people that are over 150 years plus. But I noticed that the Democrats were really mad, and it seemed like they didn't really care. Like, a lot of them, like, didn't clap, they didn't stand up, and, like, I get that it's like a publicity stunt on Trump's part to do this, but at the same time, this is a kid. Can you really not put your personal politics aside for 2 seconds for a kid that survived brain cancer being honored for that achievement? That's not an everyday thing. That is a crazy traumatic event for a young one to go through. And then to be looking like you're pissed off about it too is just fucking wild to me. And I think this kind of encapsulates an idea that I've been stuck with on politics recently. And it's something that Trump even said at the beginning of this. There's this weird thing, this weird phenomena that keeps occurring where there are people that will refuse to acknowledge any good that someone does because they're on the other political side. Democrats refuse to acknowledge anything good Trump does. And if he does do anything good, it's Biden's economy. Biden did it. Like, it's some weird ass thing to where you cannot admit that someone did something good, and I don't understand why. People are wrong. People make mistakes. Some people can do the right things. These are all normal parts of life. You can be wrong about someone. You can admit you're wrong. That's okay. That's part of life. But to be this fucking petty to where you won't, like, I don't know, applaud a kid that survived brain cancer? It just seemed like a weird hill to die on of, like, yeah, that kid, yeah, you know, Trump brought him out here. It's a Trump pick. We're not going to clap it. And don't get me wrong here. I've never seen one of these before, so this could be quite a common event, and the Republicans have done it in the past, and I'm just not aware of it because I wasn't paying attention. But going forward, I'm going to look for this in the future because that's fucking crazy to me. A young kid that survived brain cancer, and you don't have the gall to stand up and clap for him for 2 fucking seconds? I know you've been booing Trump all fucking night long, and you got to the point where you're flipping your little signs around trying to write personal messages that are now be putting on retard, so I find retards on Twitter can find you. But, like, come on, man. Where's the empathy from the party that has infinite empathy? Where the fuck's the empathy for a kid that survived brain cancer? That's fucking crazy. Anyways, I'm going to play the clip of the kid, and then I'm going to go through a little bit that shows a different angle of some Democrats that, like, didn't stand. Don't get me wrong. Some of them did clap, which I get, and some of them didn't, and, like, none of them stood. But, like, I feel like the sentiment here is Trump is ignoring, you can ignore everything Trump's doing right now and pay homage to a kid that has gone through something big. And I feel like that shouldn't be a crazy thing to do. And I feel like that makes them look like fucking petty retards like Trump. Like, what? I thought you're supposed to be better than Trump. You're doing the same shit Trump's doing by being a petty idiot. Here's the clip.
In 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
That's the kid. Bunch of people giving a standing ovation. Here's a lady not clapping. Here's another lady that kind of stopped. But like I said, it's a lot of like sporadic whether or not they decide to participate in this. It just seems like a weird fucking hill to die on for this kid. You're not clapping for Trump. You're clapping for a kid surviving brain cancer. I don't understand how you can have infinite empathy and expect everyone else to for every single cause that you throw up, but then you don't have the respect for a little kid who just fucking didn't do anything to you, has done nothing politically. It is a child. They are innocent. Here's a C-SPAN angle where I was talking about, yeah. Like, I kind of get all the Republicans standing up, But this is what I saw. All the Democrats sitting down. Because apparently it was literally like, everyone on this side was Republican, everyone on this side was Democrat. None of the Democrats basically standing for this, which actually, those might be. I don't know. It looks like a clean line right here, with this lady being the only one on the Democrat side standing. I could be wrong. But they were also wearing pink for women's support, because they're saying that Trump hurt women. But then also yesterday, every single Democrat in the House voted to stop a bill to allow, or to stop men from participating in women's sports, which I firmly believe should not be allowed. I'm sorry. You can be transgender all you want. I do not care about your sexual orientation. When you start trying to put it into the bathrooms and to sporting events is where I disagree. And you can say, oh, they deserve it. No, they're kids. They need to stay in their own bathrooms, and they shouldn't be going under any hormonal treatments either. If you can get a tattoo until you're 18, you can wait to have a sex change until you're 18. Because a study just actually came out that found that people who went through the sex change actually had a 25% higher suicide rate among men, and I think 16 among women. So the science doesn't even back them up here, which is wild to me that this is such a disputed point, that maybe making a child chop their genitals off before their brain fluid develops is a bad idea. You know, Jesus Christ. There's no common sense in today's society, and I feel like it's getting worse. Here's everyone in 2023 giving a standing ovation for a different person who is being paid homage tonight. This is a very common event where the president brings someone up who's gone under something traumatic. So why is all the Democrats clapping and all the Republicans clapping for this kid, but they won't clap for this one? And then just for the record, I wanted to include this in here too. I made a big claim about that gender affirmation actually hurt kids more than it helped them. Here's the study, where the results. From 107,583 patients, matched cohorts demonstrated those that underwent the surgery were a significantly higher risk for depression, anxiety, and suicidal ideations, and substance use disorders than those without surgeries. So my question is, why do Democrats hate kids? What is going on? If a Republican wants to pay homage to a kid, it's a bad thing. But if a Democrat does, everyone needs to stand up and clap. But you don't have to stand up and clap if it's a Republican kid. Like, am I missing something here? Can someone make sense of this? This just seems like an asinine point, that asinine hill to die on yet again. And it's very clear from the C-SPAN videos that they have up that I showed that the Democrats didn't stand up, and it looks like about maybe half of them clapped. Like, politics is fucking cooked if you can't take 2 seconds, take your personal bias out your ass and give the standing ovation to a kid that survived something traumatic. I don't know. I saw that. It's been pissing me off all day. Something about that just made me extremely upset. And I do not understand how anyone could justify this. How anyone could think that this is a good thing. Either way, this entire situation just pisses me off. And it's something I've just seen, and I'm just like, I do not understand. And I need someone to explain it to me, please, in the comments down below. Why is it okay to sit and not clap for this kid? What is so wrong with this kid? What has this kid done to personally harm every single Democrat? With an approval rating of 76% and Democrats losing the election, both the electoral and the popularity vote, this is only going to further hurt your cause. Anyone that is a Democrat that has a heart should see that this is kind of fucked up, at least. But I'm sure no Democrats will be talking about any of this. They're going to completely ignore it like they normally do. I know most of the mainstream news is probably getting ignored too. Like I said, CNN did an approval last night, and they were surprised about it. And then the CBS one came out last night too with 76%. I think CNN's was more like 66% liked it and 36% didn't. I want to say it wasn't like quite 100%. I figured that's normal, but it's still something that I thought was interesting, so I've decided to make a video on that. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. If you like the video, feel free to like it, comment down below, or subscribe to my channel. I make more random dog shit like this when I'm bored, so I'll see you in the next one. Until then, later.